Welcome to the Transforming Stress with Dr. Ash podcast. A good hello from the lovely Glasgow in Scotland.
Yes, and it's a chilly day here today, isn't it, Ash? Really cold. The environment's changed.
Yes, the environment has changed, and today we are going to talk about value management,
Hmm.
that how values as our inner lighthouse
Yeah,
always help us
yeah.
stay connected to the environment. So, welcome again, Funela.
Thanks so much,
Welcome
Ash.
back, and I'm
Good to
really
be here.
excited to discuss this last and very important section on
Hmm.
value management with you.
Yes, it's going to be a good discussion. I'm really looking forward to it. It's a meaty topic, isn't it?
Yes. So, as you
Yeah.
see, the symbol of this section is the lighthouse,
Yeah.
and I've carefully chosen this symbol and created the lighthouse effect
Yeah.
because in the storms of life or in a working environment,
Yeah.
we always need a sense, a strong sense of our inner GPS,
Yeah.
our inner guidance system, our inner lighthouse,
Yeah.
which continuously helps us navigate in the waters. And if we are always connected, we know which direction we are going. Like a plane, which is, let's say, flying from London to New York.
Yeah.
It is continuously course correcting with the
Exactly.
navigation system.
Yeah.
Our innermost navigation system, our inner lighthouse,
Yeah.
helps us to
Yeah.
go
It
to our
guides us.
destination.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're building on that lovely foundation. We've had a discussion of self management, resilience, environmental management. And actually, as a coach, one thing I start with is values. It's kind of day one with clients because obviously they may be coming with all sorts of different goals. They're
Mm.
coming to ask me how they can achieve their goal. But really, before we can do that, we have to drill down into what are the values, what's guiding you to do this. And is it what sometimes it might turn out it isn't what the client really wants? Or they have to adjust how they're going about it because there can be adjustments required around values and how those have been lived. So I would say this is absolutely vital.
Yes. And when you say values, many times people think what their values
Mm,
are,
yeah.
and it is not what we think or we what we fantasize
Yeah.
what our values should be
Sure, we
or
can
are.
aspire to certain values, and that's something else we can talk about because
Yes.
you can aspire to a value and you can work to embed that value. But is it what you have at the moment?
Yes. And
Maybe
it
not.
at this moment, it is what your life demonstrates.
Yes.
So, in this particular section of value management, we
Yeah.
talk about how to do a core value analysis
Yeah.
of the person, why it is important,
Yeah.
then understanding the organizational values.
Yeah.
It's very important because when we are working in an organization, there should be a synergy between our values and the organizational
Of
values.
course.
And third thing we talk about is scanning
Yeah.
safety and strategy, because if our values are not matched with the organizational
Mm.
values or there is a jarring,
Yeah.
then it can disrupt
Yeah.
our sense of psychological safety,
Yeah.
and then we need a strategy to deal with it.
Exactly.
And then I talk about the our purpose, our biggest purpose in our life.
Yeah.
And finally, after we have done all this, we talk about sometimes we might find ourselves in situations which are not perfect, which are far from perfect.
Yeah.
And in spite of using all our strengths or skills,
Yeah.
we find that we are mismatched with the environment.
Yeah.
Then we position ourselves to reinvent
Yeah.
our pathways. So, why don't we have just a kind of a brief discussion of these
Yes.
five,
Yes.
all these five different aspects of value management, and then we will have a deeper dive.
I think that
Let's
sounds really helpful.
let's start with the core value analysis.
Yeah. Yeah. And you actually offer a link in the book that takes us to an analysis tool from DiMartini.
Yes, uh, the Martini value determination process, Fonella, is something I found the most evidence based.
Yeah.
And I've worked with John himself, and
Mm.
he's done an absolutely amazing work in how you can get the not only the value, your top values, but a hierarchy of the values.
Ah, okay.
And the way it is done is what your life demonstrates.
Right. So it's
So
evidenced.
it's what your life is evidenced, and
Yeah.
that evidence has been created. What you have been doing
Yeah.
in the last months, years, and sometimes decades of your
Yeah.
life is not a fantasy.
Yeah.
So core values are really important because when we are living our highest values,
Mm.
we are living in a state of homeostasis.
Yeah.
Whereas if we are in a situation where we are forced to live our lower values
Yeah.
or are not able to live our highest values,
Yeah.
it creates a sense of dysfunctionality within us over
Yeah.
a period of time
Yeah.
that can also lead disease.
Yeah.
So
So yeah.
for perfect health, living our highest values is really important.
Yeah, yeah. So you're talking about a place where we'd really be kind of fighting for survival or just so taken up with trying to keep things level and not be in too much distress that we would never really be able to exercise our strengths or achieve any kind of excellence or any higher goals.
Yes.
And that will hurt you.
At the most, one would be living a mediocre's life
Yeah,
if you are you just think that you are in a boat
yeah,
and you are just going in the sea. You don't know you are in an uncharted territory,
yeah,
and you don't have a final
yeah,
destination in your mind. How far you are going to go.
yeah.
Now let's talk about organizational values. We all work in a environment. We
Mm-hmm.
all work in a culture,
Yeah,
and whether it's helping us thrive,
yeah,
live our highest values, helping us grow,
yeah,
or burning us down. You know, we started with this that there is a huge proportion prevalence of burnout, chronic stress in the work environments.
yeah,
This is majority where it is coming from.
yeah.
Even the WHO speaks about burnout as an occupational phenomena.
And I think I remember the figure that was mentioned was 45% of
Yes,
employees
it's somewhere
throughout the
around
world on a daily
on a
basis.
daily
Yeah,
basis,
experiencing
40 to
distress.
45% people facing daily stress
Yeah.
because their values are not matching with the environment. And sometimes what happens, Vanilla,
Mm.
an organization has a set of values or in their mission statement,
Yeah.
but what you see in the culture,
Yeah.
there can be a mismatch of what's on the paper
For
and what's
sure.
the culture of the organization. Do you get that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yes. You have to really check out, is the company I'm working for doing the things that it says it's going to do in the way that they've described? So you might be attracted to a particular job and think these values really chime with me. But if you're in that job, maybe you've been there for 3 months, 6 months, a year, and you feel uneasy maybe around a few things, or perhaps you see something happening to a colleague, or you're afraid to speak up. These might all be little signs that what you thought was there actually isn't a lived value.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that you always have to be astutely aware
Yeah.
of the shifts in the environment.
Yeah.
The shifts in the environment might be because of a shift in the market,
Absolutely.
shifts in the client's
Yep.
expectations, shift because of somebody of your colleagues or the management
Yeah.
might be a different person with a
Yeah.
different personality.
Yeah.
So we have to be continuously scanning, rather proactive in an environment
Mm.
because if there is a mismatch
Yeah.
between our own deepest, highest values
Yeah.
and the environment values, sometimes it can cause something known as a moral injury.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that also is a recipe for burnout.
Yeah.
So, continuously scanning
Yeah.
the environment,
Yeah.
protect our psychological safety,
Yeah.
and strategize if things are not what we were expecting them to be. It's like what
Yeah.
you mentioned, the chilly Glasgow this morning.
Yeah.
The weather was much better till the last week, and suddenly there is
Yeah.
a shift. And
Yeah.
now there is we are expecting there's going to be a lot of snow in the coming week.
Yeah.
So you continuously have to navigate the environment for where the shifts are and how do we position ourselves to deal with that.
Yeah.
The next
Absolutely.
thing we talk about in this particular section here, Funella, is the purpose.
Yeah.
What is our highest purpose,
Yeah.
or you see the lighthouse.
Mm.
What is the light which is shining, the
Yeah.
beam of rays? Because that is something which helps us create our highest inside fulfillment and joy, create meaning.
Yeah.
So being aware
Yeah.
of that purpose and crystallize that
Yeah.
really serves us in the best way of our own personal health and creating a meaning.
Yeah.
And I just wonder what your thoughts are about that.
Yeah. About creating meaning in our lives and our personal health. I think we know the signs when that's happening because we can scan for good signs as well. You know, you're in that state of flow when you're
Yes.
working. Maybe you're having those peak experiences. You're feeling good about what you do, and you're feeling that it's achieving something,
Yeah.
not just ticking boxes, but deep down it's achieving something that your soul requires, that you require in the deepest part of yourself. And you'll know when you're having that.
Yes.
And I think sometimes the trick is to be able to tell when things are going slightly askew,
Hmm.
because that's back to the boiling frog. You know, you want to be watching out for um, when there's slight shifts, you know,
Yes.
and catching those things maybe before they kind of go outside the zone that you might be able to action or really think about or prepare yourself for. And I noticed that the picture that we've got for purpose, yeah, there's the light from the lighthouse, which is the values, is shining on a beautiful island with palm trees. So the frog in the picture is trying to go towards that
A
best place.
paradise.
Yeah,
A paradise.
guided by those values. So there's that purpose. What's the best thing you want to achieve? And you know, that may be an altruistic purpose. It may be about other people. It may be things that you need and want for yourself. It may be things that you think are going to change the broader culture or your immediate culture. But understanding what your values are, that's really key.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Well, the things really stand out for me. What you said is from the soul.
yeah,
What is the innermost calling? And then also you mentioned about when that is not being met, you get a feeling, and if one is mindful,
yeah,
you will know that there's something which you feel uncomfortable with,
yeah,
and getting a continuous feedback.
yeah,
And we'll speak about it more when we talk about mindfulness, and we talk about how our body is continuously giving us signals
yeah,
whether we are living our highest
yeah,
values or not. And finally, in this section of Anela, we speak about reinventing pathways.
yeah.
I don't like to use the word exit
No.
strategy. The reason is that you might be in an environment where you are really struggling,
Mm,
but you look inside yourself, you try to see whether you are able to live your highest strengths, your highest
sure.
values. And sometimes, if things are not working out or the environment is toxic, you make a decision to create a new pathway for yourself, but you don't want to go from the devil to the deep blue sea.
Absolutely not. You need to
You,
check things out
you
properly.
need to
Yeah,
see what your own values were,
yeah,
what our own values are, and the new environment you choose is a much more careful
yeah,
choice. And this entire recipe is for leading a
yeah,
life authentically. That's why this section of value management is all about authentic leadership.
yeah.
Well, thank you, Fanela, for sharing with me your incredible, astute insights about value management.
Thanks,
I will
Ash.
look forward to deeper discussions on each of these chapters, and I'm really excited and looking forward. Thank
Me
you very
too.
much.
If you enjoyed today's episode, we'd greatly appreciate it if you could leave a 5-star review, a like, or subscribe on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. Your support helps us reach more people looking to transform their stress into new comfort. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so don't forget to comment and share. For more tips and updates, please be sure to check out our social media links in the description box below. We can't wait to have you with us next time as we continue this journey towards turning stress into resilience. Remember, it's not the stress itself, but how we rise above it that defines our strength. So stay resilient and keep thriving, and we will see you next time.